All right, everybody, welcome back once again to the Blue Collar Mystic. I'm here to help to really try to simplify all these ideas that seem so woo-woo and bring them down to earth. So I want to talk a little bit about thoughts today and how they affect how we feel and how these two forces, which are constantly happening and in motion, are really at work within us, and how we can begin to make a change within ourselves and improve the way that we experience reality and begin to upgrade it as well. So we're going to start to put a lot of the books that are behind me into a synthesis, and we'll do a little bit of a demonstration over on my whiteboard. See you there.
Hey everyone, it's Joey from the MyRealityPractice Network. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned after the show and find out how you can work one-on-one with your show host as they guide you through this process of ascension. Until then, enjoy the show.
All right, folks, so here we are, and I sometimes like to have some demonstrations. I like to scribble and show what I'm talking about. And what I really want to talk about is how thoughts and emotions are constantly influencing each other, okay? The idea is that everything began and begins with a thought, that we live in a mental universe, that everything that we experience is part of the mind of the Creator itself. We're all part of this imagination, experiencing and influencing the dream of everything that is, okay? It's a lot to unpack and it's a lot to think about, but if you look into any religion, it's kind of saying that, like, we are the dream of the awe of everything that exists, and we get to define and tell the story about our experience. One of my favorite quotes is, "Who is the master who makes the grass green?" Because the truth is, the master is you, right? The grass isn't green. That's not even a fact. It can't be. Green is nothing but a reflection of light. But the way that we experience the world is the way that we have programmed ourselves to experience it, and we've done that through thought, and we experience it and really begin to draw circumstances, opportunities, etc. to us emotionally by broadcasting that. So I want to talk a little bit about that, okay? So we have thoughts. We know this, right? And then we have emotions. And we have a subconscious mind. And we have a conscious mind. Okay? It's like I can't help how I feel. I feel the way that I feel, you know? It's like I feel a certain way and I can't seem to help it, right? And the reason why is because we have had specific thoughts over time that have created certain emotional states that we experience in our body. Now, over time, our body, which is also really where our subconscious mind is, right? Our subconscious mind and body are pretty synonymous. What happens is the subconscious mind gets very used to these states. And over time, this affects this so much, the way that the thoughts influence the emotions, create a template, it creates an addictive emotional state in the body, and it creates a specific perspective and a filter that we are interpreting the world through. You might have noticed that whenever you start shopping for a specific type of car, or a yellow car, or a minivan, or whatever it is, that you'll start to see that car more and more and more frequently. And isn't that just a bugaboo, right? It's actually what is called your reticular activating system. It's a part of your brain that tells you what to pay attention to, what to notice. So it is absolutely possible for us to begin to influence this thing. In fact, we do it subconsciously without knowing the body does it, right? We can also do it consciously, okay? And so our thoughts are affecting our emotions, and our emotions are also affecting our thoughts. So, really, truly, these addictive emotional states, okay? Emotions are highly addictive chemicals in your body. that is actually true. But if we can shift this, then this will start to shift as well. What we want to do is we want to generate a feedback loop, okay, that is really very healthy for us, that continues us forward, that we are consciously creating, right? Consciously with our thoughts to affect our subconscious, our emotional state, okay? These two things. Thoughts are the masculine or conscious part of our experience, and emotions are the feminine or subconscious part of our experience. And so what we want to do is bring these two things into an alignment that is positive, that is healthy for us. Now there's a number of ways to do this. This is going to take some time as well. I also want to add here a very important and extremely critical idea that the map is not the territory, okay? And you'll hear this a lot, and that's good. The more you hear it, the better. Because not only is this true, but it's an absolute key to experiencing and changing our experience of the world, right? Remember when I was talking about your reticular activation system, the part of your brain that picks up on and tells you what to pay attention to? This is directly tied into this idea that the map is not the territory. That if we can alter our map, then the territory will also reflect the changes that were created in our model, okay? So let's think of the territory as our body and the map as our mind, right? Like we influence the way we experience reality based on the way we define it, okay? The way that we define it emotionally and with our thoughts through this feedback loop is constantly altering and adjusting the map that we're perceiving the world through that's also influencing the world. So the more that we shift our experience, the more that we become positive, optimistic, the more that we can shift our emotional state higher and higher, the more that we enjoy the world, the more the map becomes joyful and powerful and colorful and beautiful. And also our experience shifts, right? Who is the master that makes the grass green? Well, by consciously leveraging our reticular activation system, the way we experience the world, our experience grows to newer and newer heights. The emotions get better and better, more positive, more joyful, etc. So the experience becomes better. And this is exactly what we want to do. So our map or our cosmography chart or our model or whatever you would like to call it is directly influencing our reality. Now, here's a key. No one has ever complained their way to the top. It's never happened, okay? In order to elevate our experience, we have to elevate our mental state. It just can't happen without it. That's why all the books on the shelf talk about thought being at the foremost part. Because by using thought, we can begin to leverage emotion, elevate our experience, and have a better life as a result of it. Everything is going to cascade in a result of that and get better and better and better. And the reality will begin to shift as the map shifts, right? The map not being the territory, the more we can define and experience different unknown experiences that were previously not on our map, the more we are expanding our consciousness, right? Like the territory is huge. I mean, it's immense. It's beyond this white board. It's beyond all of this, right? Like we can only really feasibly put so much into our map. But what we consciously put into the map is super duper important and critical. And it begins to build that feedback loop, okay? Thoughts and emotions cycling back and forth on each other, right? Like this. And so what we want to do is elevate this to higher and higher and higher and higher and higher timelines or just experiences, right? Literally feeling joy for putting on your slippers, walking in the grass. Every little thing that you can experience and enjoy heightens your perception level, your emotional experience, and also creates a more optimistic and and positive outlook on life, which begins to expand your map into new experiences, sensations, etc. And that begins to define new points on it, and it helps you to begin the treasure hunt of finding those experiences in the territory or reality. So I know that might have been a lot. First things first, it's really about mentality. No one has ever complained their way to the top. It begins with us experiencing, being grateful. That's why these emotions matter. That's why these emotions count, because they truly affect our perspective on the world, and they're going to carry us to better opportunities, better situations as a result of just being in a positive mood. I'll talk a little bit about that in the next episode. Thank you so much for joining this episode of the Blue Collar Mystic. I am Owen Hunt, aka Bootsy Greenwood. Find me on the ones and zeros. I'm also the host of the Blue Collar Mystics podcast. Please subscribe and check out our website, bluecollarmystics.org. Peace. Love is all there is, folks.
Hey everyone, it's Joey again. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the show. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did. We'd love to hear your comments too. And if you haven't already, please make sure to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell to never miss an episode from the Reality Practice Network. As I mentioned before the show, I wanted to extend an exclusive offer to you, the viewers of the Reality Practice Network. For all of you watching this video, you're undoubtedly experiencing an awakening and are searching for more explanation into the experiences you're having. Now is the time to explore who and what you truly are. For a limited time, you can now work one-on-one with your show host. Click the link in the description box below to start your journey, or learn more by going to myrealitypractice.com/ascension and let your ascension begin. And remember to ask yourself, what reality are you choosing to create today?